Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope that you are doing great. And most importantly, my friends, I hope that you are in good health. Once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, we get to talk about these things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we discuss here on the Common Sense channel. So, once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. Today, I want to talk to you about something that I title the Golden Rule and the actual rules, morals, principles that guides all human beings on the planet. That's the topic for today, the golden rules. So I'm going to look at the golden rules from some angles or from various angles, if you don't mind. So the golden rule states that we humans must treat each other as we want them to treat us. The golden rule states that treating others as you want them to treat you. Now, when organized religion came, organized religion flipped that. So if you want to understand what this is commonly known in the book of Matthew chapter 7, verse 12, it states, and this is the most famous ones, and it states that we should do unto others as you want them to do unto you. The golden rule does not say or state that we should do unto others as we want them to do unto us. The golden rule was specific by stating that we should treat others as we want them to treat us. So there's a huge difference for me and others that have issues not with religion, but with organized religion, because religion in and of itself is embedded in all of us. All human beings are spiritual, and because you're spiritual, you don't need religion, because the Spirit of the Almighty dwells in each of us. But when organized religion came into the picture, they were able to borrow from all of these philosophies and all of these teachings that were already existing in the world. There are so many evidence. And if you want to understand the origin of the golden rule, it started in Egypt. You understand? That talks about respect, honor, and all these things. Empathy, good character. These are all Africans' teachings. How to be around other people, how to honor people, how to show empathy, how to show love, how to show respect for others. These are all African. Even the Igbo tribe in Nigeria has something they call Pele. It's Iwapell. If you Google that, you will find out what it says. It's an Igbo thing that focus on that is an Igbo teachings that focus on good character, specifically talking about the golden rule. You understand? So all of these things were not even new. They're not new. They've been around way before. They're ancient. They've been around before organized religion came into the midst or came into the picture. And if you don't know, most people don't know, they associate the golden rule with religion, or religion is the origin of the golden rule. No. The origin of the golden rule has a lot to do with Africa. And that's why for those of us that have understood the self, we've come to this realization that there's more to us than what we see. There's more to being a black person, an African, than what they've told us. And we're looking at this thing and we're saying, wow, this cannot be true. Why was these things hidden from us? So the reason why I'm doing this is to tell you that you don't need religion. Religion has never made anyone a better human being. All it's done is create more problem for the world. As far as division is concerned, as far as hatred is concerned, as far as segregation is concerned, as far as slavery is concerned, as far as war is concerned. Whenever there's war, religion is there. It's everywhere. In fact, it's the bedrock for why people do what they do in war. We know in medieval age or medieval time, when people will go to war using the name of religion. You understand? And religion, the teachings of Jesus, who they say is the father and the foundation of their faith, organized religion now, does not preach anything that or anything of that sort. It's always been about the opposite of what they are teaching. So let me talk about the golden rule. And in the golden rule, you will find something called reciprocity. You will find something called empathy. You will find something called compassion. You will find something called respect. You will find something called love. And all of these things are the elements of the golden rule. And you can even put yours in there too. Whatever it is that you want to see, how you want to see the world, you can input that into the golden rule. And I tell you, my friends, it will fit in. So why do we need the golden rule? Because with the golden rule, there won't be no conflict. There won't be no disagreement. Even if there is disagreement, it may be minuscule. It may not be something that will last or will extend to something that will have another person unalive another person, or another person going to war with another person, or another country going to war with another country. You understand? So these, my friends, are the essence of the golden rule, just to teach us. And this was passed down to us by our ancestors until organized religion came into the picture. The only issue that I have, my friends, most of the time, is why are the good people that are in religion, not organized, because organized religion, these people all have an agenda, and the agenda is to conquer. The agenda is to divide. The agenda is to make sure the world is never in peace, that we're constantly fighting each other. Why? They gain power and prestige and authority. You understand? So the golden rule is where we want the world to be. Because that way, once we can learn to show empathy to one another, especially when a brother is down in luck, it's always good to be there. Show that you care about that person. A sister, care about them. Show them that you're concerned. How do you do this? By first asking question, how are you? You okay? Everything great? If you don't see them for days or week, you go and try to knock on their door and say, how are you? You see an old lady walking that needs help, especially during this time of the year. She needs snow shovel because she can't do it because of aging. Go out there and help. These are all ways of showing empathy. Put yourself in someone's situation. That's what makes you a human being. This is not new. This is the golden rule. Showing reciprocity, to others. When someone give you good treats, give them good treats. You will never hear these, especially during this time of the year. All they care about is money. You see them selling all kind of stuff and say they're worshiping Jesus. I call him Yeshua Mashiach. Never has nothing to do with all of that activities that they are engaging in. You understand? They know it. You understand? I'm talking about organized religion. You understand? So yeah, the golden rule should be our guide. And this is seeped, or it has its origin in the continent of Africa. Some people like to say Egypt, but Egypt is Africa if you don't understand. Most of you don't know Egypt. I don't think in 2025, our world now, that people don't know Egypt is Africa, you know. But from the moment I was born and start to understand myself and the world around me, I've always been told that Egypt is Africa. You understand? There's another place in Africa, it's Nigeria too. Nigeria is very important. There are two countries in Africa. They've always been the bedrock of the entire continent, if you don't know. And I think there in these two countries, the time will come when the ancestors will speak their spirit. I hope you know what I'm talking about. They will proclaim, they will speak their spirit into these two countries. And that great awakening will happen. And these two countries are Ghana and Nigeria. It's coming. The time is coming. You understand? But those countries that people have talked down on, those countries that people said they are nothing, those countries that people said they will never amount to anything, they are stupid, they are brainwashed, they have no brain of themselves, they have no ability of themselves. I mean the downtrodden in Africa. That would be Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. These are the countries that are rising up. And all they are asking for, not much, sovereignty. It's all they're asking for. Our own self-independent. And what they're asking for is basic because it's in the United Nations Charter. And what it says is the right to self-determination. The right to self-determination can also be found in the Golden Rules or the Golden Rule. You understand? It's just basic. Why are we not talking about the Golden Rule? Instead, we're talking about a person that did exist, but not in the book, you know? And his name is not even Jesus. His name is Yeshua HaMashiach. I look forward to the day when organized religion can actually come out and say, yes, the name of Jesus has been distorted. The name of Jesus has been abused. The name of Jesus has been slaughtered. The name of Jesus had been taken to the garbage. The name of Jesus has been used to conquer nation, to divide people among themselves. Or whatever that religion is, the Prophet Muhammad never taught these things. The Prophet Muhammad never said these things. It was later on put in this because according to the Quran, the Prophet Muhammad was not even educated. He couldn't even read. When he was given the Quran, it says, Ikri, read. That means the Prophet could not read. So someone must have written those things. And whoever did that caused all of the divisions that we're facing. You look in the Middle East today, everything is about religion. It's about religion, the text, the book they wrote. That's what it's about. I often say so-called Middle East because I don't think that's Middle East. That place all used to be Africa, my friends. You know, remember when Jesus was born and they were trying to unlife him? Where did they send him? Africa, right? So it was easy to walk to Africa. That used to be Africa, my friends. That's why I always say so-called Middle East, if you don't know. That, my friend, used to be Africa until colonialism came and drew the line and said Mid-East. And it's specifically for a reason, by design. So yeah, the Golden Rule are what we need to bring back because I think it will help a lot of people. And by the way, I want to say this. My heart goes out to all the victims in last week shooting incident. Those in this country and the ones in Australia. My heart goes out to all the victims, all the families that are going through anguish right now. I pray that the ancestors console you. I pray that the ancestor grant you peace wherever you are in your respective country. All these people needs to be baptized in the Golden Rule. All of these people need to be taught. I think religion is not teaching the world the right way. It's not serving the purpose for which Yeshua HaMashiach wanted it to be. Because if all of these people discover themselves and the right teaching, I don't think they would have indulged or went out doing what they did. Because the only thing that can cause someone to do things like that are nothing but evil and hatred for one another, especially for the innocent. You know, someone action. If someone done something to you, maybe it could be your family, someone you know, someone that knows you, someone that you have had encounter with, done something to you, don't take it on the innocent. Don't take it on people that had nothing to do with you. That's what the golden rule says. That you should treat others as you want them to treat you. Imagine if all of us can do that. None of us are going to be hurt. None of us are going to go through pain, anguish. None of us are going to experience some of the things that we are experiencing, because when something like that happened to an individual, right? Just know it's not just that person. That person has a brother, has a sister, has an uncle, has an auntie, has a mom and a dad. You've already changed the dynamics of that person's entire equilibrium. The entire family are not going to be the same just because of your action. Going to a school, place of learning, and unlifing people, that's wrong. And these are the things we're supposed to be talking about. Guess what? They are going to come on and deflect everything. And now they're going to focus on guns. You know, since I've been in this country, you know how many incidents I've seen? When these people can go out into a school of kindergartners, little kids, my friends, and unlife them, who do you think they can do it to? They can do it to anyone. And guess what? Nothing was done. I mean, for a whole week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they were talking about it. Babbling, making noise all over the place. And that's going to be the narrative too. So my thing is, let's go back to the golden rule, where you treat others, not do unto others, as religion says. Treat, because what you wouldn't want someone to do to you, when you know that you wouldn't do to another person. You know, if you can't help someone, bless them. And sometimes I ask myself, where are the Beatitudes? The Beatitudes should be the guide for organized religion. At least that's what they taught us. I remember when I was a little boy, my mom would force me to memorize that Beatitude. I knew everything, word for word. You know? So if you don't want to follow the golden rule, which is the best way we're supposed to go, forget about all that thing that they're saying that they do unto others. No one ever followed these things. If people are following the Beatitude that Yeshua Mashiach, aka Jesus Christ, taught them, imagine what the world would look like. Imagine the reward that someone would get when they try to make peace between others, people who are going through conflicts, people who are going through disagreement. You notice that, and you step up and try to make peace between them. Imagine, according to their book, it says that the kingdom of heaven is yours. You know, there are things in the Beatitude I'm not okay with, but I also believe that if you treat others as you want them to treat you, right, then you wouldn't have conflict. You wouldn't have someone hitting on you, or you wouldn't have someone doing things that are not right to you, or things that are not okay to you, or things that are bad, or things that are evil, because you're not treating them the way that you wouldn't want them to treat you. Simple as that. You understand? So let's practice the golden rule and make our world free from harm, from evil people. And I say all of those people that are evil, that are doing these things, the good people, the people that have discovered the light, or the people that are living in the light, must never allow these people to win. These evil people should never win in our world. We should never allow them to win. As I said in previous video, evil has nothing to do from the outside. Evil does not come from the outside, my friends. There's no superstitious human being somewhere, or superficial human being somewhere called the devil or Satan. At least I haven't experienced it. At least when I'm having feelings of doing something that's wrong, I know it's internal. So that's the reason why I believe that evil is born and evil is generational. It's in the gene, in your genetic makeup, my friends. That's why it will never be eradicated. You can lock these people up in jail. You can put them on the death sentencing or whatever it is you want to do to them. Guess what? It's still going to continue because it's in these people's gene. But you can teach them the golden rule. I say all the churches out there, all the mosques out there, when people visit your place of worship, don't read the Bible to them. Don't read the Quran to them. Just re-emphasize the golden rules to them and tell them, treat others as you want them to treat you, or treat others as you would like them to treat you. Just keep reinforcing that. Just keep reinforcing that every time they come. Teach them, what did you do to the least of these today? Did you stop by and say hi to that brother who is sick? Did you stop to ask him how his day was, how he was doing? Some of those people that went out last week to do some of the most heinous things to the innocent, or to people who did them nothing. Had someone just stop by and talk to them and ask them, how are you? How's your day? Maybe that would have dissuaded them from doing what they did. It's the caring and the empathy and the love and putting ourselves in other shoes that will help mitigate some of the evil. I'm not saying it's going to get rid of evil completely, but at least it's going to stop some of the things that evildoers engage in. And you'll find them everywhere. Even not telling the truth, that's evil. Being dishonest, that's evil. Stealing is evil. Lying is evil. Doing things that are not righteous or that are just detrimental to others are evil. Abusing people, abusing kids, maligning others when it's not necessary, that's evil. And the golden rule, my friend, or the golden rules, a set of moral principles that can dissuade you from doing that, because what you don't want others to do to you, or the way you don't want others to treat you, don't treat them that way. I don't want to say do unto others, because that's religious. And they stole that from the ancient African society. You understand? And flip it. It's just semantics. They flip the words. And you'll find this across organized religious texts. Everything they have in there, it's all borrowed and stolen from other culture. Because the golden rule, it's not, although when you research it, it says it's not attributed to any culture or civilization. That's not true. It is African. You can do your research, you'll find that. But when you research, just like when you're looking for books on a specific subject, if you don't if you don't do your research the proper way, you wouldn't get the answer, because normally, or most of the time, the answers to these questions are hidden in the depth of the book, at the bottom of the whatever it is that you're researching. So you have to continue to dig, just like you're digging for water. Anyone who has dug a well, if you ever dug a well, you will notice in order for you to find the water, you got to keep digging until you finally find the water. That's how searching for information is. If you don't do your due diligence, if you don't dig continuously and with all strength and perseverance, you are not going to find that information. Because those in authority, those who are trying to deceive you or mislead you or misguide you, they are constantly hiding. So if the more you get closer, the more they move the information. The more you get closer, the more they move the information. Just like if someone is hiding something from you, if they notice you're getting closer, they move it to another location. And then as you get closer, they move it to another location. They don't keep moving it, but you have to be at least 2 steps ahead of them to get that information. That's how it is. You understand? On the Common Sense channel, my goal is to educate, inform, because I see the world the way I see it, and I look at these things and I say, no. At some point in your evolution, you have to ask questions. All change, my friends, big or small, large or great, and they all starts by thinking and asking questions, not just any kind of questions, just like knowledge. Not any knowledge is good. Some knowledge are good, but the most part, knowledge is good. It only empowers you when it's the right knowledge. You understand? So as I've always done on my channel, and will do again, the greatest thing, my friend, that could ever happen to you, take it from the Common Sense channel. It's not the day you were born, not the day you had your first child, the day you graduated from college, high school, the day you became, whatever it is that you're working on for your life. Because only you can change your life. No one can change it for you. None of that. The greatest thing that could ever happen to you as a member of the human species is the day you discover yourself. Because from that moment on, my friends, everything will start to make sense to you, including the golden rule. Because as I've said, starting to treat others as you want them to treat you, it's the golden rules. And these golden rules, you can fit almost anything you want to fit in it, and it will work. Anything you want to fit in, whether it's empathy, love, transparency, equality, kindness, being truthful, being upright, being righteous, all of these things can be fitted in the golden rule. That's why, in my view, the golden rule is essential to the development of us human beings on this planet. I want to thank all those people that have subscribed to my channel. I honor you, I respect you, and I know you're smart, and I know you're great. I also want to thank those people that continue to watch my videos. I greatly appreciate you, and I hope that you and your family are in good health and are doing great. Thank you, and have a wonderful and pleasant day. Bless.